Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode, another hour, another edition of The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, we have our Houston sports expert, Jay.
Yo.
And to his right, we have Coach G.
Booyah.
And we're in here on a beautiful day. How are y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Glad to hear it.
I'm always feeling good.
I know you're a little under the weather.
Good.
But I'm still feeling good.
Mm-hmm. Glad to hear it.
Because I'm happy to be with the guys.
Always.
Always happy to be with y'all.
Ready.
Where do y'all want to start? I always ask y'all where y'all want to start
And
when
I
have a place in mind where I want to start.
Mm-hmm. You always ask us where we want to start, and then you be like, you know what, we're going to start right here.
Yeah.
And then you tell us where we're going to start. Yeah. Every time.
So I'm not asking this time. I'm telling y'all. Phillip Rivers, this is big. I wanted to start with big news in our lighter section of the board. When our football is our lighter section, you know, season's out, season's done now. We got a little XFL talk, but Phillip Rivers testing free agency first time in 16 years. Been a Charger for 16 years. And he's finally, I guess, well, he's not hanging it up. He's not retiring, but he's hanging it up as a Charger. This is not what I expected to see. I figured him and Tom, they're staying. Breeze, he's staying. Because this is the year that there's a bunch of free agent quarterbacks. Like legendary free agent quarterbacks. And I thought everybody was going to stay. I mean, you don't really have anything left to prove. You're on your way out. You know what I mean? We saw Eli.
Years, 14 seasons?
16
seasons.
We just saw Eli go. You know, these young cats are coming in. We see the Super Bowl winning MVP. We see the Super Bowl winner, the Super Bowl MVP, and the league MVP are these young quarterbacks. I figure the old guys are just gonna hang up the helmet, throw a couple touchdowns every year. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I didn't think Phillip was gonna try to get on a team.
I could see that he would still want a ring.
Well, true. And that's what I was gonna say.
Maybe he feel like I can go to one of these younger teams and help coach this guy and make him a little bit better than what he is.
In a Romo-esque,
you know,
Romo I mean? With Dak.
Just bring my
probably a better.
Yeah, better than that.
I mean,
sure,
come on.
Yeah.
Let's look at it this way also. Let's look at it financially speaking. This is outside of the punter, but the punter doesn't make nearly as much as the quarterback.
True.
This is the most protected player on the field.
Kinda.
I mean, you block for your punter, you block for your for your quarterback. Yes, you block for your halfback. However, your halfback understands that you hand me the ball.
He takes the beating.
I ain't taking a beating.
There's levels of the beating.
If you run,
kickers take the lead.
Mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
You can eliminate a lot of your beatings by becoming a pocket quarterback, sitting in the pocket instead of your first instance, the pocket is collapsing.
Let me get out of here.
Instead of bailing first 2-3 seconds of the play, instead of holding on for a second or two, believing in your line a little bit more, comes with age, comes a little bit experience.
Wiseness.
But speaking in financially stability, you're the most protected player. You're gonna take your shots if you put yourself in that position. Everybody knows you can get down, and if you're hit, somebody's getting fined. Somebody's probably gonna get ejected. So it's not like you can get clobbered.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? It's not.
Now in today's
5
game,
years back.
Yeah, 5 years ago, Michael Strahan was not even Michael Strahan.
In a perfect form, throwing and get clobbered.
Yeah,
and it might get questionable.
Maybe
late. Was he passing motion?
Yeah.
This, that, and the other. You breathe on a quarterback who's dropping back. You might catch a flag.
Yeah,
it's a trip.
Yeah,
you stare down the quarterback. You might catch a flag.
And I think that's partially the reason he's staying. So because he can probably, I don't know how old he is, well over, I want to say 35 probably. Over 35.
He's getting a little long in the tooth.
So I'm, maybe.
As far as football aspects.
Exactly. So from that aspect, I mean, Tom Brady's 41, and he's still playing quarterback, and that's I mean, I think that's maybe
That's
where
long-
Phillip
that's
is
where-
trying to get to.
That's the longevity.
And then that's probably what the NFL is trying to make able to happen, if I said that right. We want our quarterbacks to play longer, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Quarterbacks go on to become coaches.
Exactly. We want him to be able to stay around, still play if he needs to play. So you can't hit him here. You can't hit him like this. We're gonna throw a bunch of regulations in there, so our vets
Again,
don't get
most protected
broken
players
hips.
outside of the punter.
Punter and kicker, yeah.
Is your quarterback.
Yeah.
So if you're a good quarterback and you get picked up by a team and become what you said, a backup and teach, that's another 6-7 years.
Because Phillip isn't the Tom
And that's
Brady
another
caliber
6-7 years.
quarterback.
Not at
Getting
all.
good money.
People would be baffled at Tom Brady coming off the bench to help a younger quarterback start over him. You know what I mean? Because we see Tom Brady to play.
Because you see Tom
He's
Brady
the
still
starter.
competing
He's
with
the
best of
star.
the best right now.
This that.
Because Tom
just
Brady
came off a Super Bowl.
What's
You know what I
Tom
mean?
The year
Brady's
prior.
strength? Is it his arm or is it his mind?
It's his mind.
Yeah.
Well, his arm isn't bad either, but
Yeah,
granted,
but
he's
see,
an
but-
NFL quarterback.
But what I was gonna say, I think Garoppolo has a better arm when he played behind him and started for him in those few games that he was suspended
Mhm.
and whatnot. I think Garoppolo's arm is better, but Tom, what
Exactly.
Tom knew that system hand in hand. You
Mhm.
know, because he had
You can have an
developed
arm,
it.
but you got to be able to.
But you got to be able
Exactly.
to. you
And
gotta be
Brady's
able to be
never.
smart.
His
You know,
first
he
look
just-
isn't a 60-yard bomb. It's
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's within
Facts.
5 yards.
Facts.
Right there, boom, 5-yard drive, 2 of
And
those,
that's a
first
very
down.
good point because young
Yeah.
gunslingers.
You
They
see
bet that.
Lamar Jackson throwing a
Who my
50-yard
fastest
bomb,
receiver,
and it's
and how far
beautiful.
is he going trying to get
Well,
down
we
the
just
field?
we could just say with Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl game. You seen it how many times where Tyreek Hill was open and you just couldn't see him because you're so busy looking for this pass or this one person
Mhm.
when it's umpteen people out here for you to throw it to.
I think
You get so focused on one side of the field.
Phillip is going to help whoever he goes to.
Oh, facts. He going.
I just was surprised to see him go. I know my brother's a huge Charger fan. I don't know, he's probably
Upset.
maybe it's because Antonio's gone. Antonio Gates just retired. Maybe you don't have your clutch anymore. You know what I mean? You don't have
Yeah.
your Gronk. You don't have your
Or maybe you don't see
your
nothing.
Randy Moss.
I mean, honestly, maybe he just don't see nothing happening with the Chargers no time soon. And he like, I'm out of here.
True. Well, I could go be the backup for the Chiefs and win another chip or win a chip because he doesn't have one. And I think that's probably why we could see him fitting in that secondary role so well is because he doesn't have a ring.
Yeah.
I think he should. They had a really good team. XFL. NFL season's over. Vince McMahon unleashed the 19-year hiatus, or he stopped the 19-year hiatus, 20-year hiatus, whatever it was. XFL's back. I don't know all the rules yet for it, pardon me, but there's some weird things going on in this.
As far as rule changes, I know we can get a fact check on some of it. I know the kickoff has been changed.
Yes.
I like the format of that. I really like the format of the kickoff because it makes it exciting.
I wasn't mad at it.
And I'll tell you exactly, 90% of the NFL kickoffs end up in touchbacks. Bring it out to 25.
They encourage
Or to 20.
returning.
25, yeah. They encourage returning. And they make it safe. Nobody can engage with anybody until the receiving team catches the ball.
Here's the kickoff
and then
rule
it takes
right
on
here.
running.
The kicker kicks from the 30-yard line
Yeah.
and must kick the ball in the air and in play between the opponent's 20-yard line and the end zone.
Mhm.
The coverage
If it
team
lands in front
lines
of the
up.
20, it's like a touchback.
The coverage team lines up on the return side 35-yard line, and the return team lines up on the 30-yard line. Each team must have exactly 3 players outside the hash mark on both sides of the ball and cannot move the ball until it's caught by the returner. Cannot move until the ball is caught by the returner.
I feel like that put more pressure on the kickers too.
Yeah, you got to get that kick
You
over
You
there.
gotta make
You
that
gotta
kick
Mhm.
in between.
Because
Your
20
kicker now
yards.
has a real job.
Yes.
as opposed in the
starting
NFL, it
game
was
or
just keeping in
whatnot.
bounds. That's all
Yeah.
you got to do. You kick it out of bounds, it's
Yeah.
a penalty. But now you
Now
actually
gotta-
have some
you
type
have
of
a,
skill.
A 20-yard
Exactly.
gap
Mhm.
of where you got to land this ball there. You have to land it in that space.
And that again is pressure on that kicker.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
brings a little bit more to the table from your kicker.
There's a few more changes.
I know the scoring is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
too.
there's
On the extra point, they're completely eliminated with the field goal extra point attempt. It is a 1 point from the 2, it's a 2 point from the 5, and it's a 3 point from the 7.
from the 10.
From the 10?
Yes.
Excuse me, from the 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 10.
So, and if the defense causes a turnover and is able to, say, go pick 6 or something, it's whatever they. So if the offense was going from the 10,
They get 3 points.
yeah, they get 3 points. They get 2. They get 1. Whatever that
Gotcha.
is. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Because I saw some picks, but I question. I wonder what that would have been if he'd have made it all the way down. Because I didn't necessarily see a game that had it, but not saying it didn't happen over the course of their play this week.
Yeah. They the double forward pass. You can
Yeah.
if a team completes a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage, that team may throw a second forward pass as long as the ball has at no time crossed the line of scrimmage. Once the ball is past the line of scrimmage, you can't throw
So
one.
in other words, instead of the backwards lateral and having that whole situation, you can actually in shotgun have somebody step back and be in front of the quarterback, catch the ball, run it over
And
here,
then they throw it.
Yeah, take off running like they trying to break, but see somebody come up the field. If your man sucks up and dump it over the top as long as he hadn't crossed the.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Here's the other thing. Overtime. Overtime shall consist of 5 quote-unquote rounds staged in alternating single-play possessions as a customary in NHL shootouts and MLS penalty kicks. A round will consist of 1 offensive play per team. Each possession starts at the opponent's 5-yard line, and the offensive team has 1 play to score. The team with more points after 5 rounds is the winner. They really cornered this NFL offseason. They brought interesting stuff. They got big names. Some of the big names I saw were Landry Jones, Trent Richardson.
that's one thing that I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna wait till after the commercial break when we start bringing up probably some of the more negative things of the XFL. But right now,
Oh, you have some negative things you want to say?
actually, I do have some negative things, but I want to keep highlighting the interesting things because as Americans who watch the sport of football, we want football in the off season.
Yeah, you want year-round
Yeah,
football.
you
Every
want
other
year-round
sport is
football.
year-round, basically, for the most
you
part.
want more football. It's a gladiator sport. I mean, the physical toll it takes on players, you're not going to be able to have it year round like you want. So you have this as an option. You had the Canadian League. You had the the AFL? Some came upon it.
Yeah.
It didn't last long.
Arena football.
You got arena football, and you have the XFL.
Now, yeah.
It is exciting. I like it over arena football
True.
simply because you're still using the full field.
Yeah.
You're still
You haven't
having
shaved anything
11 players
down,
out
yeah.
on the field at one given time. You know, the rule changes. Don't necessarily expect the NFL to just jump on board.
Oh,
like,
no,
we're
no.
going to do this. But however, do expect the NFL to probably look at some of the schemes of what's going on with the kickoff because it's practical.
Yeah.
It makes more
That's
sense all the way around.
Where some of these rules were kind of in left field, that was the one that I could see being kind of reasonable and implemented into into this league or this league.
But then too, I would kind of want them not to do it. Just
True.
So it could be like
Because there's the difference.
This is something
Exactly.
Exactly.
We got to jump to a commercial break, and we're going to talk a little bit more XFL when we get back from that. So don't go anywhere. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the assist. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, we have our Houston sports expert, Jay. And to his right, we have Coach G. We're talking XFL. Here were the scores from week 1. It was 4 games total. DC Defenders, February 8th, played the Seattle Dragons. DC Defenders came out with the win 31-19 over the Seattle Dragons. Houston Roughnecks with a 37-point win over the LA Wildcats.
Wait a minute, it's a Houston team?
The Roughnecks. That's why I looked right at you when I told you.
It is a Houston team.
They came out with the win over the Wildcats, like I said, 37-17. And then Sunday, New York Guardians, 23 points over the Tampa Bay Vipers, 3 points. And then the team that I've been seeing a lot of
chirping about,
the St. Louis Battlehawks, 15-point win over the Dallas Renegades. They're 9. Well, it was 15-9. Sorry. And
Dallas Renegades is supposed to beat somebody. Now that's going to your point. Landry Jones is a high-profile name that you probably heard from. Another high-profile name that you probably heard from is Bob Stoops, is their head coach. If you don't mind, Noah, fact check me on that team if you can give me their offensive coordinator, because he's a guru in the game also.
the Renegades.
Or the Renegades, Dallas Renegades, I believe it is.
Okay. Go ahead and talk for a
Stoops
second.
is
I
the
got you.
head coach. However, Landry Jones was injured. This is the kicker. Now, this is one of the setbacks. Okay, it's not.
You asked for offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator. Who's calling the offensive?
Hal Mooney.
Hal Mooney. Hal Moon is actually his
Moon.
name. Hal Moon.
Moon.
D fact checks on Hal Moon.
Yeah.
He's a guru in the game. They have an all-star cast, a star-studded cast as far as important pieces and creating a franchise. You got a good coach. You got a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You have a quarterback. Landry Jones, outside of Kyler Murray, Landry Jones had a whole lot of records over there in OU under Bob Stoops. So that whole formula, look for Dallas Renegades to actually make a lot of noise in this XFL league.
I can see them taking that soonerness and bringing it over here.
What's the face is this is
you remember that play we did, Landry? Oh yeah, let's do that one.
Hal Moon, he created the air raid offense. Enough said. Okay. So moving on from that, they have a very high-powered offensive look, but Landry Jones was hurt, didn't get to start. Their backup is a Calvin Klein underwear model. This is the problem with the XFL. You don't know anybody, and we like to know somebody.
There's some people in there, you know.
There's a few people out of 450. A few is barely a drop in the bucket. Not enough to sit up there and say, I mean, with Dallas, with that being said, Dallas is one of the teams that has probably the most notable names that you know. And you see how spread out it is. It's not all in just the players. It's in your offensive coordinator and in your head coach as well. So it's hard to.
I mean, you got Trent Richardson, Landry Jones.
Hold on.
You
Here's
gotta
the
start
deal.
somewhere,
You got to
You
start
do got to
somewhere.
start somewhere.
But here, as the weeks go on, these players are going to get tired, fatigued. You have players throwing up on the field. You have players pulling up with quick injuries. If you don't know who's in there starting, you damn sure ain't gonna know who the backup is.
True. I think
And people like to know people. That's
with
my
mistakes comes everything better. So I don't want to look at the first year. Looking at the first year, I can see where there's going to be people not taking it as serious as what they thought it would be, this, that, and the third. And I think I can judge it more on its second year, because then you've had, you know what experiences you've had, you know what mistakes you've made, and you've had a year to correct those.
And not only that, I also feel like it makes it a little bit different, because like, okay, yeah, we don't know who none of these guys is, but at the end of the year, I feel like somebody gonna do something to where you gonna know who he is.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And he may get a ticket.
Opportunity
He
for
may
all
get
of
a
them
ticket to the National Football League.
Exactly.
I have to add to a point that you were saying, as these games are being played, you don't know people, but you're gonna end up knowing people. Vegas had a line. How in the hell do you have a line? Who do you know?
I mean, it's Vegas, though.
The game
It's
between
Vegas,
Dallas.
though.
No, listen. The game between Dallas and St. Louis.
Yeah.
The line over and under was 52.5. This game was 13-9.
15.
15-9.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling but that's
And
Vegas.
that went on
You can't judge it off Caesar.
Hey, but people play Vegas.
I mean, they
People play Vegas.
people
Let's
play
just keep it
Vegas,
100.
but we can go to Vegas and they're gonna say what the over under for us three to podcast in Vegas is. I mean, you can play anything there. I can't really go off that. I get what you're saying.
It came out. It is what it is. Vegas had a line.
It's odd.
And how do you have that?
I agree with that.
How do you have a line?
I
In the
agree that
first
it's
game,
crazy to
did
have
you
it,
just up and say, you know
but
what?
it's Vegas.
Y'all look
so
like y'all can hit 40. They look like they can stop a team from hitting 20. So y'all, the line was going to be 35.5.
yeah.
I don't know.
I would want to know who comes up with all the over-unders, all the Vegas
It's
numbers.
always been a question, but now
Yeah.
it's really, really a question. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
don't
Maybe they
really-
had somebody watching them before.
I don't
it
think it's
started.
ever
I don't
really
know.
been
You got
answered.
people who used to work at car washes. People who used to be discount clerks.
Well,
Who
hold
are
on,
now in
hold
the
on,
XFL. Who's gonna watch?
hold on, because the NBA had car dealers playing at one point.
Yeah.
John
I know
Havlicek
this,
sold
I know
cars,
this,
so
I know this.
that can't take away
Everybody
from your
started
skill.
somewhere.
Everybody started
Yeah.
somewhere. And, then,
And
yeah.
even leagues start somewhere.
Mhm.
Again, it's just things they're gonna have to work through. I told you I'm
Exactly,
gonna point
exactly.
out some of the bad things.
And
There's
I
a lot
think-
there's a lot of upside to this XFL.
But
I
a lot
think
of
the
these people might
upside
be
is-
like car dealers and stuff, but that don't mean that they wasn't playing like
Don't
you
mean
know
he
what I'm
can't
saying,
crack your
football
head.
off
Exactly.
It
season
doesn't mean
or
that it's a lot of
I
people
mean,
that
John
probably-
Havlicek is a 10-time NBA champion.
Listen,
he
there's a
played
lot
with
of
the
people who
Celtics
just
forever.
look at
jammed
T.
up, who
He
get
played
caught
basketball
up.
and football all day long, but I mean, he work on cars.
Yeah.
If he just so happened to go to a ex-NBA league or something, you know what I'm saying, he might be raw or something. Who knows? You
They
know?
might do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What my point
I
to
think
that
they
is-
can. Oh, go continue.
My point to that is you have some players that have probably been jammed up in a situation that just didn't get the break. It is so hard to catch that break and then do it in the manner and the format that it's supposed to be done. You don't get to just like in basketball, and they hating on that, to one and done or go straight from high school to the league. There's not football players who get to do that.
You gotta go 3 years.
You got to go through the system. You know, so some people mess up. Some
And at
people-
that point, you might
some
as well
people just,
graduate.
are absolutely raw as hell. Get a person pregnant, do something silly on campus, have fun at a party, couldn't handle his liquor, something
Injury,
you know what I'm saying? You make a silly
grades.
mistake, just being a kid,
College is
just coming up, you know, getting a little
mistakes
fame
happen.
because you're good at your school. You get a little fame, you do something silly.
Yeah.
Shit happens all the time, and it's players who have opportunity are the reason why they have opportunity is the people have messed up to give you an opportunity, because some of the people that are in the league are second string. They had somebody above them who probably got injured, blew a hip out, blew a leg out, can't continue on. Now this person gets to shine out.
I got a hot take. I think because they tried to make the XFL back in, I want to say 2000, 99, around
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
2001.
It didn't work, right? Lawsuits, this and that, teams, league fizzles, this, that, and the third. Okay. I think the reprise of it is working so well right now because I also think they need to take a page out of this league's book is the Big Three. The Big Three is essentially the XFL.
Revamping
For
the
basketball.
game. Yeah.
You
And
got
they
less
had time
players.
to
It's
see-
3-on-3. There's a lot more. There's a lot changes. A lot
They
of
had
changes. They
opportunity
play
to see a
half
system,
court.
try to
4-point
work
shot.
and see what
You played a
failed
50.
and apply. Yeah,
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And the big league didn't, or Big Three didn't have an amazing first year. It had a good first year, not the most amazing one.
And that's funny you say that, because the numbers from when the XFL was introduced for the very first time, the viewers, it was 14.3 million viewers. They had 3.3 million viewers this time, which that sounds overly alarming. It's new. So, yes, football after football. We're going to all look
Yeah.
at it. Okay, now 20 years, you're like, oh, that mess, that joke, ha, ha, ha. you know, you got to kind of get back on board.
Exactly.
It still did 3.3 million.
Exactly.
So
That's not bad
really
at
good.
all.
That is really good. A lot of those people got to see this new revamped system, and I believe those people will all stick with it and tell somebody, and I think them numbers will.
That's the thing. I think that's what's going to help out a lot, and I think that's what helped out the big three. Well, two things I think are going to help the XFL: get some bigger names, some more big names, because that's what helped out the big league, the big three, and then word of mouth. People got to watch it and say, "Yo, bro, I got to show you this. Like, it's not what we thought. It's actually pretty ill. It's pretty raw.
Not
they
that
do
he's
this.
gonna do it, but imagine a Megatron jumping into the XFL.
A Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch jumping into the XFL.
I think we're gonna see some
give
big
you a
college
team-
name players
I think that we would
who
see
didn't
that,
come into the
that
NFL
brings
and
my
do
next
anything.
question: how much are they paying these guys?
$55,000 a year.
Exactly.
Really?
I don't see no
had
big
to go to
college
that.
names.
I had to see what they were making.
I don't see no big college names just saying
I'm working for the XFL.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's not like
I can
they're
see
sitting
that.
up there.
I get your point.
I
I'm
think
not gonna
I think
in
it'll
my
be-
NFL contract to
It'll
come
be
down
more or
here
less
and
like what
play.
you said, like the guy that was looking like he was gonna be
Now he
a
just.
top player, but he didn't went to school and messed up and blah blah blah.
I
but
think
this
that
gave him
may
a
be
second
why-
chance.
Opportunity to get a second chance at
Mhm.
this. And here's the thing about the XFL. No, the NFL, they're not NFL quality players yet, but there are some in there.
Mhm.
And there are some that the
And they
NFL
will be,
will.
though.
And that,
I mean,
there's
Trent
some that
Richardson can play in the NFL
they
right
will
now.
We'll be looking at.
I think you have, like, to your point, Jay, of them making $55,000 a year. I think you have these players who used to work at car washes because NFL players aren't gonna stop their $2 million paycheck that's on the shorter side, but it's not as short as $55,000
Exactly.
paycheck. So I think they're just, let me ride the pine for a couple more years. Let me get in there. Let me show out at practice. Maybe I can this, that, and the third. But I want to see it evolve because I know football fans want year-round football because every other sport
And then,
is
like we said, it's
year-round.
gonna take time because they just starting the first
Exactly.
year back on. Like they gotta build up money and
You got to build
you know,
revenue, all that.
everything.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
We got to jump into another commercial break, and we'll be back with the last half hour of the assist after these messages. Don't go anywhere. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the last half hour of the assist. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, we have our Houston sports expert, Jay. To his right, we have Coach G. We talked XFL. We talked Phillip Rivers. You know we're the assist up here. We got to talk basketball. Should we talk about the Hennessy partnership?
Hennessy partnership?
NFL. The NBA and Hennessy have started a partnership. Hennessy is the official spirit of the NBA. I've never heard an alcohol beverage be called a spirit. But it makes sense. Because, you have Spirit Store or the store
why they call them
Spirit.
spirits,
Yeah.
but I guess I'm just older than y'all. They call them spirits.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. Maybe it's a...
It's weird. But
Yeah.
somebody will be able to figure it, probably hit the pod and be like, hey, it's called spirits because.
Yeah.
Duh. You idiot. And then be like, whatever.
It's
liquor.
I think they owe J.R. Smith a check.
I think it's crazy how, like I feel like in like 20 years from now, like alcohol and like, I hate to say it, but like marijuana would be like kind of like the norm. In
Yeah, it's
sports.
not going to
Like,
be so taboo.
This is sponsored by Girl Scout cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
I
I mean,
could
Jack
see
Daniels
some-
was the sponsor of the NBA.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me because it's like,
You know why I see it's crazy to me too, but then where it's kind of like, okay, well, it makes sense because a basketball's orange, whiskey's brown, but money's green. So I mean, I feel like that's all they care about. I don't care what it is, but if you gonna bring us some revenue, here you go. What you need
yeah.
here.
But when you think about some of the sponsors for the NBA and stuff, like
not loves and
Ain't nobody
Roku, or
dying
not
off
Roku.
of love pumps or,
True.
like, ain't nobody dying from, but people drink Hennessy and have bad car wrecks,
Mhm.
like.
True that.
It's just like, I'm surprised that they're willing to support that on a platform and stuff,
They're
it was a shot. I was really, really
oh yeah,
shocked. I mean,
Twitter. They had
all the
Twitter
things that
all
could've
over.
sponsored Hennessy.
That's crazy to me.
I wonder if they're gonna catch a team. They're gonna have a logo. Or they're gonna have a Henny logo
Nah,
on
probably
each
not.
jersey.
No, I don't think they're gonna be doing that.
Shit.
Because I mean, I think this is just the replacement of the Jack Daniels stuff that they. Because you only had the Jack Daniels commercial, and then some promos on the ESPN where they check in. You know where the box is. But it says Hennessy plans to take their "Never Stop, Never Settle" slogan implemented into the NBA. So I'm sure they probably went with that because it can pertain to the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, having said that, yeah, I can see that clearly. That's a good slogan to have.
Yeah, it's
a two-way slogan.
Yeah. It's the world's best-selling cognac right now, so that's probably why they jumped up on it. It's a multi-year deal, and All-Star Week. Yeah.
Well, how many years?
It doesn't say multi-year. I'm assuming it's probably 5.
Yeah, I would think so.
3 to 5, I would say, because their collective bargaining agreements are about every 3 to 5 years. Could be as long as 7, but I don't think so. And yeah, it's replacing the Jack Daniels, and then All-Star Weekend is gonna serve as the launch for it. So it's out there right now. This weekend it'll be official and everything.
Like,
will be
what,
out
they
there.
gonna have shots of Henny waiting for everybody?
Maybe. Who knows? Like, well, here you guys go. Here's the corporate ties from Hennessy are at
crazy.
All-Star Weekend with us.
Just think about when you can partake in party.
Well, I mean, you can get alcohol at basketball games.
Well,
I don't know if you can get Hennessy at basketball games.
As the players or whatnot. But yeah, that is going to be.
And now you can get a bottle.
I can't speak for every stadium, but at the Spurs Stadium, which I go to quite often, they have a full bar.
Yeah,
Full bar. You can go get a margarita shot, whatever you want, mixed drink, all that.
Might need to tighten up on security. It's going to be some fools loose.
There might be.
Now that they know Hindu is the sponsor, they pull me up.
Honestly, I feel like it ain't gonna change nothing. I feel like it's just
there's probably some more money in their pocket. Probably a couple more million in their pocket that they were losing with Jack Daniels.
People already act a fool at these games off of Bud Light.
Yeah.
Heineken. they drink too much beer and go crazy.
This is true. So yeah, see no lies there.
They said J.R. Smith deserves a check, and I'm like, J.R. Smith probably. He probably deserves a check, and I'm subscribing to the notion that J.R. Smith was the first person that everybody in that boardroom meeting thought about when Hennessy came in and they said we're signing this. I'm sure Adam Silver said in his head he was saying thanks, J.R.
You know he about to get.
I never thought of looking at Hennessy until you won the championship, and then we started looking over here. Okay, if they can get a couple more million, we'll do something with them. Oh, they got a couple more million. Let's do something with them. So, and then on the other news, JR has been working out. News says two times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. I just watched him make 23s in a row. The man hasn't really lost his edge. He can still shoot lights out. He's supposed to be working out for teams all week. The next couple weeks. Lakers are in the front running. There's a couple more teams in the front running. How do you feel about grabbing J.R. Gay as a Laker?
With this Hennessy sponsorship going, I mean, that's just like that to me would be Thanos getting that 6th ring, completing the gauntlet. I mean, he's gonna be powder. He's gonna be ready to go. I honestly, really, real spill. I don't have a problem with him because they're looking at him and Deion Waiters.
Yeah.
I honestly think I would lean towards JR for his ability to shoot the 3 ball, but Deion Waiters.
And championship pedigree.
And he has a championship underneath his belt. He has played with, he got that championship with LeBron in a role-playing position.
Exactly. So I feel like he can go over there and just fill in or just back up Danny Green. come in and we need you to do what Danny
Here's
does.
the deal, though.
Shoot the ball.
Here's the deal. Danny Green, I don't mind giving the green light all the time.
True.
JR, if it's not going
Yeah.
down, come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop,
Do something
shoot,
else.
Do something else. And
Yeah.
that's my only. JR ain't never seen a shot that he ain't like.
Mm-hmm.
It all look good to him.
Yeah, there's a few players like that.
It's a few
And
people
JR
like that,
is one of
and
them.
He is definitely live by that slogan.
Yeah.
It all look good to me.
Yeah.
You
And
want threes,
I'm
it
sure
don't
when
matter.
when you've taken those shots before and you've made them, they look good.
I mean, the high risk, high reward. You hit a shot with 3 people on you. You look like
You look like a star.
you look like
Yeah.
a stud.
And that's what we said before on the podcast that
And he'd rather make it
JR
with 3.
yeah, JR is like one of those. He's not consistent, you know.
Oh, very streaky.
Not
Probably one of the
consistent enough
streakiest
for me to
players
sit here and
ever.
say, keep shooting, JR. Keep shooting. It's all right. You missed the last 6.
But
Keep shooting.
where
It's not like Harden.
But I
Didn't mean
don't
to cut
think-
you off. It's not like Harden. Harden, shoot it again, Harden.
Yeah.
Shoot it, Harden. Damn it, shoot it. I don't have a
I don't
problem
care if you
with
have
it.
taken 19 shots already.
But the difference is now is if he having a bad game, you're gonna have a AD, you're gonna have a LeBron,
Exactly.
you're gonna have all these people to make up his bad days, you know.
And also I can see
Is he enough dog to solidify
no, but
the notion of Lakers with the chip?
I think they're not looking for a dog anymore.
Yeah, I think they gonna. I think honestly, I
Because
feel
he's
like the
not.
Lakers are
He's
winning
not going to
without
go
him,
and
or
be a
winning
defensive
without him.
stopper. This and that. He's a good perimeter defender and he's a scorer.
Yeah,
And I think they know what they're getting if they grab JR. I think they're getting a dog when they get Dion.
What I think the Lakers are honestly doing, and it's driving me crazy because I can't put my finger on. You can tell what kind of system Milwaukee is running. You can tell what Dallas is
Mhm.
running.
What
You
Houston.
know what Houston is running. You pretty much know what the Clippers can do and what
Mhm.
they can't do.
Yeah,
However, the Lakers have shown you so many hands, and not one time have they just stuck with it. The only thing that you can say, well, the pick and roll, the pick and pop between AD and LeBron,
That's going to be prevalent in any.
but everybody
System they
knew
have.
that.
But
know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
undeniable.
Exactly. If you have one or the
like
other
having
guy,
Shaq and
that's
Kobe.
what you're going to be working with.
Of course, they're going to
You know.
score 30.
well, we still got to remember that the Lakers organization is still kind of like torn a little bit.
True.
They still trying to get back right, you know, with Magic leaving and him talking about Jeannie Buss and also the guy that replaced him, blah blah blah. You
And
know,
then the
so-
passing of Kobe.
You know, so like
Lakers, the Los Angeles still
So like,
isn't
we
the
still
same.
got to remember that was just this past off season. All of that happened just this past off season. I
That's
mean, not Kobe, but you know,
And Kobe
yeah,
happened
yeah,
last
yeah.
month, in the
you
last
know,
month.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they I feel like they got a lot going on there. Like Magic said before he left, he was like, they not doing stuff the right way or according to how I feel like they should do it, blah blah blah. So, you know, some of their moves ain't gonna seem right to us, you know, just because we already had somebody tell us that they was already making crazy moves from the jump, you know.
True.
I agree with what you're saying.
I feel like they doing a
Magic
little bit
has-
better
I was
now.
about to say Magic has come back out.
They doing a
Since
little bit
then,
better
he
now.
said, you know, he likes what direction that the Lakers are moving in.
Yeah,
with the
facts.
addition to AD. However, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
There, because that did happen, and that is a root cause of a lot of things not going their way with the Kawhi trade, Paul George, this, that, not the other. I don't have a problem necessarily with the Lakers not necessarily showing us a solid hand. I think it's actually unique to the Lakers system. Only the Lakers right now could pull that off, is to be mysterious with, I guess, with the LeBron-led team, because you don't know
I think
what
Milwaukee
17,
could kind of do it.
but you don't know what
But-
17-year LeBron is going to bring to the table in that last push. You know what Milwaukee is probably capable of, and when they turn it on, they did make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They just
I
ran
think
up
it could
against
be
a
good and it
very
could be bad, just for the fact of
rooted team in Toronto. Go ahead.
I think that could be good and bad, just for the simple fact of if I'm a player and I'm playing on your team, I want to know that my spot is solidified. I want to know that you rocking with me and you got my back the same way I got this team's back, you know. And for for me to always feel like I'm on a chopping block or I'm walking on eggshells, that's a problem. That would be a problem for me as a player.
See,
True.
and I think we've getting past that point because I do feel like that was something that's holding us back in our 12 losses.
But I
12
also
losses
think
right now.
LeBron is to the point where it's, if you're here,
You need to perform.
you need to perform, yes, but if you're here because you can perform. So there's really no, you're not really on eggshells at this point
And
because
I don't think everybody
because you're
knows
here
that.
for that reason, that you're capable of doing what I need you to do.
Well, when I say eggshells,
Yeah.
I mean like, yeah, you're capable of doing it, but the first time you show signs of not doing it, you're out of here.
See, and I think that there's,
Like kind of.
I think he's
like
to the
Dwight.
point where he's not doing that
Well,
anymore.
like how the White is like, you have to play, or if you're not performing, you're gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying?
See, the stigma that comes around LeBron, I think everybody is aware of that. Like, hey, LeBron will have you shipped up out of here if you ain't
Oh
doing it
yeah,
right.
I mean you see the memes
Facts.
Okay, so
every
everybody
deadline.
that's on a LeBron-led team, you have to have that quote unquote
Thick
feeling
skin.
of walking on eggshells. / you have to have thick skin and
like a
understand
Kuz.
that hey, I bust ass just like you do.
Exactly, where
Now,
Kuz
your
is
name
all in
is
the
just
trade
LeBron.
rumors,
My
But
name
he's
is just
still
cool.
busting ass
and
every
then comes
night.
out next
Exactly.
game and has 35.
Exactly.
Facts.
You gotta have that kind of skin. You have to, especially when you're playing with LeBron. And I think our Contavious needs to understand that. I think
Well, because you're playing with the greatest player playing
it's
at
his
this
second.
moment.
This is second year playing with him. Now he should have been shocked.
Oh, I'm not meaning KCP. I was just
Okay,
talking
okay.
about players who come in there with that.
Right.
Oh, I might get traded. Oh, I'm not gonna do this, then the third.
Yeah, if you're just coming in,
You-
you gotta harness
you-
this moment.
Yeah,
You gotta take this for what it is.
You have
Hey,
to look at
I'm
it like
rock with this.
Lonzo, where Lonzo said, you know, it's business. You're playing with LeBron James. You know what I mean? He's gonna make some moves. Jay, I wanted to ask you how you feel about the Lakers grabbing JR. Good move, bad move.
I don't think it'll be a bad move or a good move. I think they can still get it done with or without him.
Okay,
I just think it'll be like a
extra piece maybe, extra
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
6 points here and there.
well, not even that, but I feel like it could be because he will have games where he take over,
Oh yeah, he'll
and he
give you.
will have games where
20.
he score crazy amounts of points.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
if he's averaging a double anything, that's great.
Oh yeah,
That's not
What I
good,
will
that's
say,
great.
I don't think
The-
adding him would be a minus, but I wouldn't trade nobody out for
facts,
him.
facts. And
Yeah,
we
no,
won't have to. He's
no,
not
no,
on the
yeah, we
team.
wouldn't- yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
know, but I'm just saying, like,
Oh, yeah.
in that sense,
Yeah.
yeah. If you're just gonna add him to the team, that's one thing, but I wouldn't get rid of nobody for him at all.
The thing about JR is, like you said, he's very streaky. He's not consistent. But if he's hot, he's hot. That's the thing. He can be hot for 10 games straight. 10 games, he's made 5 threes in every game. You know what I mean? Like
And
he's
then
just.
he go for 5 where he just
And then one game he shoots 10 threes and didn't make one.
exactly.
Like sometimes
You can have them games.
it's a catch-22. It's a double-edged sword. Forbes put out their top 20, or their not top 20, the top team values of 2020. There's a lot of T's in there. Now before I say this, I have to put out this this disclaimer, which shows you how great of commissioners that David Stern and Adam Silver were. All right, the average basketball team this year is worth more than $2 billion for the first time, all right? As recently as 2011, no NBA franchise was valued at even $1 billion. That is crazy. 9 years, 2 commissioners in that span of 9 years, and they've put up a bill. Not one team was worth even one,
That's crazy.
and now every team on average, the average NBA is worth 2. The average NBA team.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy. I'm just gonna give you the top. We'll do top 10. So number 1, of course, is the Knicks. I think that's pretty. I think a lot of people would know that. It's New York, big market. Number 2, of course, the Lakers, LA, big market. 3, Warriors. I mean, just went to the finals 4 straight times. You know, that's gonna generate a lot of money. Knicks at 4.6, Lakers at 4.4, Warriors at 4.3. Here's the big jump. Bulls at 4 with 3.2, Celtics at 5 with 3.1. Clippers 2.6. Nets 2.5. Rockets 2.4. Mavs 2.4. Toronto 2.1. Sixers 2. Miami 1.9. I don't know if that's 10, but that's where I'm stopping.
That's crazy. My Rockets not even on there.
Yeah, they're 2.4.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're not top 5, top 6, 7, 8.
And honestly, I thought the Clippers would be higher.
Because, I mean...
Because Jerry West.
And plus Steve Ballmer's the richest owner in the NBA.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
But I get why they're not. I get why they're not. I mean, you're in the same market as the Lakers.
I'm not saying top, but I thought they would be up there.
They're 6.
Exactly.
But they're behind some legendary teams.
Celtics, they're behind the Celtics?
They're right behind the Celtics. By 500 mil. So 3.1 to 2.6. And then Bulls, Warriors, Lakers, Knicks. So if I'm the Clippers, I'm not mad at where I'm at, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad being 6 because you get why the Celtics are there. The Celtics are one of the oldest teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
You get why the Bulls are there. The Bulls had Jordan. And you got, when you got Jordan, nobody ever has had a Jordan, right? Where okay, 6 rings, all that, blah, 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 blah. But his business acumen, too. I mean, this man is still selling shoes from 1980.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's surprising to see Knicks up in number 1. I would think the Lakers would be number 1.
I would think the Lakers would be number 1, too.
Just off the
or
top
it would
of
be
my
a
head.
lot closer. I mean, 200 mil is a big jump.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think just because the Lakers are good now, I think that's why they would be better. The Knicks haven't been good in so long, and they've been the top team in the NBA. That's what's crazy. That shows you where how big location is, because Memphis is the last team on this list with 1.3. Charlotte has a higher team value than the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's crazy.
The Jazz, the Thunder, you know what I mean? Like, in Memphis is a better team than most of those teams. I'm sure Memphis is gonna take a big jump with Ja.
More than Memphis?
Yep, the Memphis Grizzlies are the last team. They're dead last.
What people got to remember too, the Kings.
They had a good run. They're an old team, and they had good players.
Stojakovic.
Oh yeah, they had Bibby, Jason Williams, Doug Christie, Chris Webber.
Yeah, Chris Webber.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was my guy, Chris Webber. Yeah, they had a good team too.
Oh, they had a nice little baby.
Yeah.
Christie. You already mentioned Webber. Vlade Divac.
Vladdy, yeah. Jason Williams off the bench. I think I said Jason Williams though.
Who else they had over there? Turkaloo.
They had a young Hito with the blonde hair.
Yeah, with the blonde hair, they had a young.
They probably had the 2 best foreign shooters the NBA has seen.
I think
Stojakovic and Hito Turkoglu. Because when Turkoglu went to the Magic, he was their number 2.
Yeah.
You got Dwight, and when Dwight didn't have it, it's going to 15, and Hito was heating up.
He gonna drain it.
Yeah, Hito Turkoglu was one of the best foreign players of all time. We might have to do a top 10 foreign players, top 20 foreign players or something.
Off the top of your head, who you giving to right now?
Of all time?
Of all time.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk
or Drazen Petrovic. But
Luka's foreign, ain't he?
Yeah. Yes. Excuse me.
We don't have the profile.
The experience yet.
Give him a couple more years.
That's why I can't put Drazen Petrovic number 1.
At the same rate,
oh yeah.
What about
Ginobili?
No, Sabonis.
When
he played for
the Warriors.
No, when he played for
the Blazers. You talking about Big Sabonis?
The Big Sabonis, the dad.
Dad Sabonis. Yeah.
The dad.
I didn't know if you were talking about Marcelonis.
He has a couple of championships. What are they from? Germany or Russia?
I'm not sure.
He has a couple of championships.
I know he was one of the first shooting big men. It's I want to say Domantas Sabonis is just he's a junior. I want to say.
Yeah, that's his son. That's his son.
Nonetheless, Sabonis number 11. They have the same number and everything.
Daddy Sabonis was a beast.
But Drazen Petrovic was putting 40 on Jordan, so I mean, that's hard to do. He's putting 40 on an MVP Jordan.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to Drazen Petrovic, passed away before he could even put his mark on the NBA. Shout out to my man Ethan. He pointed me to Drazen. Drazen, how you put 44 up on Jordan and your last name isn't Bryant? I don't know. I don't know if that to be done by anybody else. But in injury news, should we do injury news? Yeah, we got a couple injury news things to go over. Klay Thompson is rumored to be returning this season. How do y'all feel about that?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't think he's ready.
The season is trash. I mean, I don't mind practicing, but there's no need.
What I would say is, if he was to step foot on the court and play an NBA game this season, what are y'all doing? Y'all are done.
I completely agree with you. You're hurting him even more.
There's no reason for him to have to come back and try to even.
But
I know he probably want to come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you want to come back.
You want to play.
But I have to throw this point in there. This is a point too. This is a good point. We saw this before with the Celtics. You lose Kyrie, you lose Gordon Hayward, right? You got to have your young players playing. You have to have your young players making a way. Granted, Boston made a way more than Golden State has. But Wiggins is now over there. I think Klay should stay away. Where Kyrie and Gordon stayed away and then came back, it didn't work. Because your young core felt like, we can do this ourselves now. We didn't need y'all to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, to the deep in the playoffs. We did it ourselves. So when you bring those stars back, there can be some dysfunction stuff going on. Granted, the Warriors are a very well coached team, and they have not as many egos as probably they had. I think Klay needs to stay away, needs to let this young core work everything out, needs to let Wiggins lead this young core to wherever they're going to go. Come back next year, take over in the summer, take over, assert yourself on this team as a veteran, you and Steph. Show these young cats that they need you. You know what I mean? And then I think things can gel the way that they wanted things to gel in Boston.
I'll tell you what, let him come back. As a coach, I would sick my dogs at him. Not in trying to hurt him, but we're going to extra pressure you every time you touch the ball. We're going to put you in a situation.
But you know what he's going to do. It's not like Klay's taking you to the cup.
I get it, but if he has to guard me.
Especially in this.
I'm going to go right at him.
Yeah.
And make him work. I'm going to test every single.
You think you're ready to play? Come.
You're ready?
Exactly.
This is what I get paid to do.
And I think that's the reason he needs to stay.
That's what I'm saying.
And
because
not play.
Doing that and your competitiveness, you can't take that away from a man.
Exactly. It's human nature.
If I'm sitting up there hitting you in your mouth, you're gonna fight me back eventually.
Yeah.
Like you can't take that away from a man, his competitive nature, and that's gonna put him in a situation to get hurt. To potentially hurt himself versus, like I said, being in practice, you can overly monitor his aggressiveness and how aggressive you approach him.
Exactly.
And there's nothing no more you're gonna do from the postseason to the next season that you couldn't do with these extra months tacked on as far as you participating in every practice and sitting on the bench during games. Get your little warm-up shots during the beginning of the games.
Pre-game.
Sit your ass down on the bench and enjoy the team. Help use your championship pedigree mind and help these young guys and help Wiggins progress this team further because you know you're going to make a comeback. You know what's going to be added.
You know it's going to be a push when y'all come back.
Exactly. So
it's not like y'all aren't the Splash Brothers like you said in the last episode.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. I think it's a unanimous decision up here to not come back.
Like I know why KD wants to come back. I don't see why Klay would want to come back.
And
I'm glad you said KD.
Do you get why? Hold on. Do you get why Steph would want to come back or is going to come back? I mean, because he has a broken. I mean, the season is thrown, but his injury wasn't necessary to me as significant. I don't have a problem with Steph coming back.
That's what I was gonna say. With Steph coming back, I don't mind. But Klay, you
your
need
injury.
to take the whole year off.
Yeah.
Make sure you're completely
because you're
healed.
a pivotal piece.
Exactly, 100%. Because if you come out here and get hurt again, and then you can't start next season, Warriors gonna look like shit again.
Klay Thompson can be, if Stephen Curry comes back into the lineup, he can gel with that team, and they can lose however many games, whatever, but they're going to get along. It's not going to be a bunch of dysfunction, and that would ease Klay to come back in. Now, if they just both come back in after just here, we're back. Splash Bros back in town. Injuries, y'all thought we had 6 more months. Nah, we good. That's gonna throw a kink in something.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said KD though. We gotta talk about him right quick before we get out of here. He's hitting jump shots. Now Kevin Durant's my favorite player. I'm a Laker, but Kevin Durant's my favorite player. So the Brooklyn Nets are my second favorite team. But KD isn't playing, so I'm not watching him. But he's hitting jump shots. He's moving good. I'm happy to see it.
He's still on the burner accounts.
Oh yeah, he's still on the burner accounts.
Still on the burner accounts.
Still can't throw a football worth shit.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you do when you're 7 foot living in the gym?
Loving living his life too.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it. I know he's not going to be back next year, or not next year. He's not going to be back this year anytime soon. But I just love seeing the progression. We were just looking at him run, and now he's dribbling, putting shots up, and everything. Yeah. So it seems like it's just day by day improvement, week by week improvement.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it. And like I say, he won't come back this season, but next season, I'm like so ready to see what the Brooklyn Nets gonna do. And I honestly feel like that's part of the reason why the Lakers are on the tear that they own, because it's so many. Like the Warriors would be a great team if they had their players.
Exactly. They said this was the year of the duos, but a lot of the duos are hurt.
Exactly.
Or you don't have a full duo. You don't have the duo over in Washington. John Wall's hurt right now.
Like if you was to ask me right now, KD is probably like the second best player in the league. Like,
and I think as soon as KD comes back, he's gonna lead the league in scoring. He's gonna be the scoring champ again. Because I think he's awakening a beast that we haven't seen before. It's never been just him and somebody else. It's always him, somebody else, and somebody else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You had Russ, James, role players. Steph, Clay, Draymond, role players.
Have just him and Russ, but it didn't work.
Oh, you did have him and Russ. You're exactly right. You did have him and Russ. But you're right. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But he was hurt a lot of those seasons.
I think Kyrie and him together.
Oh, God. That's going to be crazy. We got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. That's our time. This has been another episode, another edition, another hour of The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, I have Jay. To his right, we have Coach G. We're signing out of here. You can tune into our podcast. So You're Just Going to Podcast in Front of My Son every Thursday, and you can catch us here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. on rtfsportsnetwork.com. And go vote right now.
Vote.
What is it? It's sweetpoll.me. It'll be linked. Go vote. Vote for The Assist, and we'll get
straw poll. Strawpoll.com.
Oh wow, I said .me. Yeah, we're getting out of here. Go vote.
I said it wrong. Somebody sending me a message. Apologize. Strawpoll.me.
Oh, okay.
Go vote.
And we're getting out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is podcasting.